Let's talk about buying offline mailing lists. You see, when you buy offline mailing lists for postal mailings, it's actually very similar with buying online lists in which you choose fresh, targeted leads. Now, here's what you need to know before you actually purchase an offline list. First, you need to make sure you're dealing with a reputable company, so make sure you do your research. The most well-known company is called SRDS.com. That's SRDS.com. And you may also want to go through a list broker who can help you select the best list for your needs. Second of all, you want to choose fresh leads, mainly targeted leads. The more recently the leads were collected, generally the more responsive the list and the more targeted they are to your offer. And of course, the better conversion rate you'll actually experience. Third thing you need to know is to choose buyers over browsers. People who recently purchased something are more likely to respond to similar offers versus those who haven't really actually purchased anything or haven't purchased anything recently. So the best list you can get are those leads who have recently purchased something similar to what you're offering. And the fourth thing to do is to always start small. Don't go ahead and create a mailing and send it off to the entire list at once. Instead, you need to track and tweak your mailing list, test it out until you've actually found a piece of that list that actually converts well. And then you can actually purchase additional mailing lists. Let's go ahead and talk about purchasing direct response ads. You see, when you use direct response ads, you're placing an advertisement for the purpose of getting the prospect to take a certain action immediately, such as purchasing a product. Now keep in mind that you can also place a two-step ad whose purpose is to get your prospects to take the step forward and identify themselves. For example, let's say that you offer a free report every time someone visits your website to request it, or they request it by phone or postal mail. Then once you have their contact information, you work to build trust and close a sale over a series of postal and email contacts. Now, the type of ad you place mainly depends on two things. Number one, depends on your sales funnel. If your sales funnel starts with a low price entry product, then you may place direct response ads. Now, if you set up your sales funnel to pull in leads in exchange for a freebie, then you might want to consider placing two-step ads. The second thing is the size of your ad. If you're running a classified ad, then in most cases you'll need a two-step ad. And that's because you simply do not have the room in a small classified ad to convince the prospect to actually purchase a product. It's actually better to use small ads to generate leads. Now, one exception to this loose rule is if your market already knows you. Okay, so regardless of what type of ad you're placing, here's how to increase your conversion rate. You can choose highly targeted venues, such as choosing a niche publication in print media, and choose to advertise during targeted talk shows on the radio. And if you do this, always place your ad in the most targeted section when you're using a general publication. And then you want to track and test your ads. You need to key your ads in some way so that you can track which ads in your publication produce the best results. And often, a lot of people forget to track and test their ads. So they start spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time, and wondering why it doesn't actually convert. So if you're sending people to a website, Then use different links and different ads. If people are requesting information by mail, use a keyed coupon, which is a form that's marked in some way. And if people are calling you, then ask them to provide a promo code, which is how you can track which ad they're actually responding to. Now, as usual, you need to track and test all of your ads and campaigns to see which produces the best results. And once you've created a high converting ad and you know which publications produce the best results, then focus on these ads and focus on these publications. So let's do a quick recap of what you have learned in this video. The three key ways to building your list and finding new customers using lists and ad buys is: number 1, use reputable companies and brokers. Number 2, choose highly targeted leads and publications. And number 3, test and track all of your ads and campaigns. So basically, once you have completed those 3 steps, you'll be able to send further mailings and place ads that you know in advance will produce a greater response.